Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we are going to analyze Injective and its token INJ. None of the content is financial advice. Let's get started. Over the last key performance period, Injective has rallied by quite a bit over the last 24 hours, up by about 3%. Over the last 7 days, it's up by about 21%. Over the last 30 days, Injective is up by 11% over here. So a healthy performer over the last 30 days. Again, over the last 90 days, most of the cryptos were down. Injective not an exception. If you look at Injective's current price at around $9.90, represents a market cap based ranking of about 70, market cap slightly under a billion, fully diluted value similarly at a billion, roughly speaking. Circulating supply is almost the entirety of total supply is in circulation, doesn't have a max supply. If you look at the token unlocks over here, the step function of the token unlocks has already occurred per this chart. Again, the last tranche of the token unlocks occurred at around September 2023, and that could reflect with respect to the price versus market cap analysis. Again, this is the price over the last 1 years, and this is the market cap view. So whatever growth happens in market cap or decline occurs in market cap gets reflected back in price over the last 1 year. But if you look at over the entirety of its existence, this is the price view. Again, a series of kind of a sine wave with a higher maxima in 2024, whereas market cap view is significantly different, because even though market cap kept on growing, kept on making higher highs and higher lows, price did have a dip. That could be a reason. One reason could be the release of new tokens, pushing the price down, whereas the market cap kept on growing throughout the existence of this token. Again, but one key thing to observe is the historical snapshot. This is as of today, April, end of April 2025. If you roll the clock 1 year before 28th April of 2024, the market cap based rank for Injective was much higher. It was ranked number 46 by market cap, and back then the market cap was almost 2.5 billion. Now it's again less than 50% of that, at around 1 billion. Price back then was at around $25. Now it's at around $10. So kind of in hand, but definitely the market cap based ranking has suffered quite a bit. But it was not too dissimilar to the ranking that Injective had during, let's say, the same time in 2023, April of 2023. If you look, end of April of 2023, Injective's market cap based rank back then was 83rd. Now it's slightly better at around 70. So it's not totally out of any narrative based favor. It's still within the top 100 cryptos by market cap. If you look at some of the narratives right now popular, again, the altcoin narrative is gaining some popularity, although major narratives are revolving around Bitcoin over here. This is the last 7 days worth of social media related narratives and discussions related to crypto. Again, Injective did at one point had a significant presence on this narrative cloud. Does not have a significant presence as of yet, but again, a wider altcoin pump, if that reflects into a narrative shift, that could be good for Injective. Again, not financial advice. Right now, most of the top cryptos that are discussed are Bitcoin, Ether, Cardano, Hedera, at times Solana, so XRP over here. That's where the sentiment is. Overall, the sentiment is bullish. You can see the size of bullish narratives is significantly higher than those of bearish narratives, and you can also compare and contrast with the latest sentiment score based on the news over the last 7 days. By the way, all of the content that I'm sharing on this video is available on cryptoweeklies.com, the link on the bottom of your screen. It's available for free for all. You don't have to pay or sign up for anything or watch any ads. All the charts get updated every single day. So overall sentiment score as of today is at around 85. It's kind of a good bullish day. You can check out each individual narrative, which is classified by our machine learning model, is whether it is bearish, bullish, or neutral, using natural language processing techniques. So going forward, analyzing the news as well as the sentiment, but again keeping all of that in uh, perspective with respect to the composite risk score of the market. The risk is about 30%. Again, that means the bull market completion is only less than a third per this analysis. And this analysis informs the risk in the market at a summary risk level since about, let's say, from 2023, when the risk was less than 20%, again in this lowest risk territory. Now since 2024 began, there were only a meaningful number of less than meaningful number of days where the market stayed in the lowest risk score, that is less than 20% or zero point 0.2 risk. At one point in December of 2024, the risks were higher than 60%. That was a high risk environment early December of 2024. And since then, there was a cool off in the market. Again, we came really close to less than 20% risk on early April of 2025. Now, the risks have gone up to about 30%. That means there are rallies in the wider crypto market, pushing the risks kind of higher. Key level to watch would be if the risk were higher than 40%, that would uh, take the market back in the moderate risk zone this market enjoyed till about early February of 2025. So coming back to Injective and its machine learning based price forecast, right now the price is at around $9.90 per this model. If there is a non-euphoria bull market in the next 6 months with a peak of 68 percentile or one standard deviation peak in the next 6 months, where the narrative is bullish but not euphoric like the 95 percentile bull case that we'll share shortly. The price in this non-euphoria bullish recovery for Injective price could be between $12.40 and about $29 or $30 in the next 6 months per this model. This is trend on weekly price action of Injective since token launch, uses machine learning model, seasonal ARIMA, LSTM and XGBoost. The two standard deviation or euphoria case for Injective is priced between $14 and about $59 or $60. That would be at a weekly average considered a new all-time high. You can see that although the 2.618 at around $64, the fib level from the previous market cycle, again from 2021 high to 2022 lows, if you draw a fib level right now, the bounce that Injective has seen is at around 0.236 fib level, coming in at around roughly $7. Price did go slightly down in early part of April, but there was no weekly close below this support. This support was respected. Now the next level to watch is the 0.382, that could offer some resistance at around $10 for 45 cents. If that valuation is behind us, and again if the price does rally beyond that $10 level, $10.50 level, then the next key target to look for is the $13 level, and that could be a area of some sort of a confluence where the 21-week exponential moving average, which is declining, could meet the price at around $13, and the 20-week simple moving average currently at around $15. So those two averages have a downward slope. So it would be key to look if the price does something similar like it did over here or here, where the price could not meaningfully go beyond the 20-week and 21-week exponential moving average, or if there is a fake out for a while leading to a macro lower low that Injective enjoyed early December 2024. So those are the things that could happen in the short term. In the medium to long term, per the machine learning based model, that $30 level for Injective is kind of a crucial level to look for, close to that previous market cycle all-time high, that is in 2021's all-time high at around $25 level. That's the non-euphoria bull case. The euphoria bull case is at around $60 level, takes the price close to that 2.618 fib level. The last time price went in its previous all-time high was at around $52. So let's see if there is a double top kind of scenario across multiple years, first in March of 2024, now potentially in the third quarter or fourth quarter of 2025. If that were to pan out, that would be about a 6x from the current price of about $10. So on the other hand, if the market were to keep on correcting over the next 6 months, the support for Injective is somewhere between $5 and about $9.50. With that, we'll briefly look at the regression based valuation. If it's in a bullish upswing or a bearish downswing, uh, it comes as a no surprise since about price action since about early December 2024 is in a downward slope. The polynomial regression function, which tries to estimate a fair value for Injective, is sharing a similar downward spiral. If the prices were to go to, let's say, uh, the three standard deviation ceiling, that would be a significant change in the course for Injective's price action trajectory. Right now the 2 standard deviation ceiling is at around $8.80. Price is slightly higher than that. The 3 standard deviation ceiling is at around $14. If the price were to go beyond $14, it would have essentially cleared the major resistances coming at around the 21-week exponential moving average and potentially the 20-week simple moving average. So that is a key level to watch, the $14 level for Injective in the short term. Per the interpretation of this model, if we try to apply the dollar cost average or the regression model at a daily risk estimation, right now the risks are kind of elevated with a significant rally from $7 to $10 in a shorter term. If on the other hand, the prices with respect to the simple week 20-week simple moving average are fairly at a lower risk level. It's at around between 10 to 12% risk. If we estimate that in the next iteration of major bullish activity for Injective, if the risk levels were to go between that 40% and let's say slightly conservative between the 40% or 0.4 to 0.7 risk, as they usually do during a significant rally from the lows that Injective sets, that 40% to 50%, that 40% to 70% risk price action at that level per the model could be between $27, kind of similar to that 1 standard deviation bull run peak, and this, at 70% at around $37, roughly speaking, between $24 and $37. That those key levels are somewhere between the 1 fib level and the 1.618 fib level, between $25 and $40. So kind of area of confluence with respect to those kind of forward looking guidance for Injective using SMA model as projection guidance. If we look at the last but not the least, the time weighted average price model, to look if Injective is in an accumulation phase, per this interpretation of the time weighted average price model, as the time weighted average price is at around $12 right now, Injective is in an accumulation phase. Usually those accumulation phase either last in the post halving year, like they did back in August, from May to August of 2021, they lasted for a couple of months and there was a counter trend rally for a while and resulted in a lower high in September of 2021. It's a similar thing where to pan out. Again, the structure is slightly different from this to this again, then potentially somewhere December 2024 was somewhere over here compared to September 2021. So one more leg, again fractals are kind of playing out similarly. One more leg could take price close to that fake out that Injective had in beginning of December of 2021, where the price was essentially at a similar level at $9.87. So one brief fake out could take the price at around $14 per the interpretation of this model, and then further correction if there were any bearish narrative in the later half of 2025. On the other hand, if 2025 was the second half of 2025 would if it were to play out like a bullish second half, then the prices could go beyond the highs that Injective set somewhere on this range between $25 and about $50. So with that, I would like to try to come up with an estimated bull run target as a confluence of all the models with respect to Injective and its token INJ. The regression risk is kind of elevated at this point. The time weighted average price risk is very low as the price is below the time weighted average price. The simple moving average risk is at around 12%. The weighted risk is at around 50%. Estimated bull run peak with that those risk levels is at around $18, and an $18 Injective would be somewhere at around close to that at a midpoint between the 618 and the 786 fib level, and that could be a major area of resistance to look for in the future. So with that, a 2x gain is estimated, roughly speaking a 2x gain is estimated from the current price, and that's the forecast for Injective as a confluence of several risk based models. So those key levels that we discussed. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.